Good day. Today I'm in the neighborhood of Castledowns in North Edmonton, and there's this lake called Beaumaris Lake. Probably not a very big lake or loop, but I'm going to take it anyways. Just a couple concerns about parking here. Number one, the people over there having a field day in the donation bin, trying on clothes like it was their own personal shopping spree. And those clouds off into the distance. I know we're supposed to get thunder showers today, so they're looking a little ominous. So I need to get this walk in so I do not end up caught in a rainstorm or thunderstorm. It's about 23 right now, but feels way warmer than that, just with the humidity today. And after yesterday's 31 degrees and then a big thunderstorm in the afternoon and rain, the humidity is palpable. Seems to be lots of examples of homelessness in the area for some reason. I don't know why they picked here. And a rabbit. People's stuff just dumped all over the place though. I don't know what it is with transit terminals, but there just seems to be a whole pile of sketchiness that goes on around here. The church here is nice enough to offer some little bits of food for people, so there must be just a constant issue with people in need. Now I'm trying to find the path that will take me, and I think I need to get on the other side of this fence. Doesn't seem to be another way. So part of the point of this walk is you can't always be in exotic locations to take a walk. Exotic or even remote. Sometimes you got to do it in your own neighborhood or your own city. And there's lots of amenities around just for walking, so that is why I'm here. It is about 20 minutes away from my home, but you know, it's something different. Got to try and keep yourself interested in your own walks. Just getting this far though has kind of made me feel uncomfortable as to what goes on around here. Makes me nervous for where I park my truck. I kind of parked it with other vehicles in the leisure center, so it shouldn't be a target for anything nefarious. Well, let's continue our walk for as long as the weather holds up here and my legs. We'll make a loop around the lake and see how far that takes us. I don't think it's a high kilometerage, as it were. Looking pretty picturesque so far. Boy, you get away from the main drag and it sure gets peaceful in a hurry. Uh-oh. Feeling the first drops of rain already. I just got here. Hopefully I don't get too wet. Can't always wait for the perfect weather. I'll be darned, off in the distance, pelicans. There they go. Those are some big birds, those pelicans. Gotta be careful of the bicyclists. It's a sizable lake, I'll give it that. Almost the size of the couple lakes that we've kayaked on. Lots of garbage in there, unfortunately. I don't know if you can see the traffic cone. And yeah, there's a couple scooters in there. I love how people like to do that. I checked my phone and it says it's 23, but feels like it's 26. I believe it. Fairly quiet here, people-wise. There's a sidewalk over there. I'm just kind of taking the path that follows the railing around the lake. We've done a nice job bringing the lake right up to the sidewalk. This camera doesn't show things very well at a distance, but those are the pelicans flying around. I was gonna grab my light rain jacket, but I didn't. Hopefully I don't regret that. Lady there was feeding the ducks. I don't think you're supposed to do that. They need to find their own food. Not quite eaten size either. That's how I judge wildlife, is for their calorie count. A few little babies in there too. I will admit this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. When you look at it on Google Maps, it's not that significant, but it is a few acres for sure. Double check to make sure my fly was closed and stuff. I walked by people in there looking at me like I was some kind of foreigner. Weird. We won't be doing any of that. I guess that's the difference with living in the city compared to the country. In the city, people look at you with more suspicion than offering pleasantries. Very popular with the ducks here. What I'm going to say, though, judgmentally, there's a few people around here that look nuttier than fruitcakes. And it goes deep over into there too. Nice lake. Okay, the rules are on this trail: no smoking, dogs on leashes, and no swimming, no dumping fish, no pets in water, boating, throwing rocks, blah blah blah. The homes along here look fairly old, probably built in the 70s or 80s. Especially with the back there, that English Tudor style with the stucco and the wood. It is raining, but it's raining so lightly that I think it's evaporating before it even hits you. And we're coming up to the duck and goose zone. Lots of gooses here. Let's see how friendly they are, if they're the hissing, charging variety. They're pretty good. Some baby ducks there. Some of them are giving me the fish eye, so we'll just leave them be. Look at this loner over here. I won't touch you, buddy. Might be his wife over there. Nope, still not for me. He must go through a lot of shoes because he certainly drags his feet as he's running or jogging. Well, the lake even goes back kind of a dog leg over there. See, you don't know what you got around you until you go out and discover it. And it looks like it's lit for the nighttime. Little shortcut into the woods here. Woods. Into the trees, I should say. Not very woods-like. Let's catch it up to those people there, so I will give them their time. Double back here. More people feeding ducks. Shameful. Perfectly capable of feeding themselves. There was one lone pelican along here somewhere, but he swam away from the shore. The other ones were flying around. Nice upgrades to that house. Looks a little less 70s English Tudor style. Am I wrong in saying you shouldn't be feeding the birds? I mean, they need to fend for themselves the rest of the time. What happens if you're not around to feed them? They've gotten fairly familiar with people too. Noisy birds. Ruining my zen. Another lady passed me, or a lady passed me, talking into her phone. Either she was on a Zoom call or whatever you FaceTime call, or she's vlogging too. It's getting more and more common now, I guess. She was more brave than I usually shut the camera off when I'm coming up to people. So remember, when you're out in public, nothing's private anymore. I try not to film people. There's no need for it. Unless you're in a busy place, and the likelihood that they're going to know they're on camera is slim to none. I think they said in London, England, just walking around London, your picture can be taken upwards or videoed upwards of 100 times, and that's mainly security cameras. So we're all on video somewhere sometime. The water is very tranquil on a calm day. I don't know if it's stormwater fed or what. Other than people, it's peaceful. I like ducking off the trail into these boardwalks that are paralleling the lake. Mom and her babies. Every species is cute when they're babies. I don't know what's going on here, but don't be sitting here where the birds shit everywhere. New house going in there, or one that was majorly renovated anyways. That ain't no infill house. Thank goodness. Well, we've just about made a loop around the lake. Now we've got a little ways to go over there yet, but we started out by that seniors lodge over there, whatever you call them. One of them over 55 places. Oh, that humidity though. It is not my best friend. Actually, I think it was that senior's home that I came in at. And I think there was some stairs behind the church to get to the path that I could not see from where I was. Lots of access points to get on the lake here, or the trails around the lake. That's a sizable tree. Another trail off into the trees. I think I'll stick to the path though. You get more steps in that way. Okay, we're coming up to a full loop around the lake. Just going to check Runkeeper here and see what the distance was. Okay, so from my truck to here and then around the lake was about 3.34 kilometers. So I'm going to say a loop around the lake is about 3 kilometers. So where am I going to go now? It's too early to quit. I could do another loop around the lake, but let's explore other things. They got a nice big yard. Too bad they don't take care of it. Not that it needs to look like a golf course, but could knock down the weeds a little bit. Back to the fire hall again. Now either I go to the pedestrian lights there or somewhere down here to cross the road. Kind of a busy road, but I found a gap here. Lots of green space around here. That lady weren't slowing down for nothing. And she was watching me film her too, so I hope she gets the message. The message being, there ain't one. What I think I'll do is just circle this set of ball diamonds and get back to the leisure center. As soon as the sweat's running down my neck, I know I'm doing a worthwhile pace. I'm not just out for a stroll. I'm anxious to get off this busy road though. Get off the main drag here. Continue around the park. I'm beginning to wonder about this area though. There seems to be a lot of strange activity. It's almost like it's some kind of dumping point for homeless people or something. Still a few drops of rain coming down, but definitely not pouring or anything. Clouds seem to be getting a little thicker though. I think I mentioned already they were talking thunderstorms, so don't want to get hit by lightning. Or maybe I do. Maybe I'll get superpowers. Maybe my eyesight will get better. Almost didn't need a hat today, but helps keep the sweat out of my eyes as it's running down my head. This I don't think is the finest area of Castledowns. It's an older area. Looks like it might contain a lot of rental houses. And not all renters are animals. When my first wife and I were together, we rented a house. And we left that house in way better condition than when we got it. I even built out a room in the basement so that we had a workspace and office. And, you know, had no plans or designs about charging the landlord for that. Of course, she could have said, you got to rip all that out, take it back to the way it was. But she didn't. She just sold the house after we left. And we lived there for 8 years, so in hindsight, we should have figured out a way to buy it from her. That's neither here nor there. And the first place we looked at, and of course we were just 19 and 21-year-olds looking to rent a place. And we found a condo that was for rent. And the price was reasonable based on our incomes. And no, the guy took a rental application from somebody else, and their deposit check bounced right off the bat. So you know what kind of people they were going to be like. He even ended up phoning us and saying, hey, you know, sorry about before. And we said, nope, sorry. We found a nicer place with a big yard and everything. So you can never judge people, I guess, based on their age and such. You can learn from anybody and everybody. A lot of garbage around here. At that age, we were lapsing on our credit card bills, but we always paid our rent. Last thing we wanted to be was homeless and penniless at the same time. It was a struggle, but you get through it. Kids' playground and spray park up here, so I won't be filming much. I don't want to be one of those guys. Nice big green space though. And they got one of these BMX things here too. More people using scooters now than bikes. Uh-oh, hit a dead end here. Guess I'll have to hit the sidewalk next to the busy road again. Oh well. Might just about be done for the day. Starting to rain a little bit harder, but nothing we can't handle. No sign as to what they're building here. Kind of looks like a large school. A lot of times they'll have signs up from the government patting themselves on the back for building schools, but not able to staff them. Oh, there we go. Catholic high school. Looks nice and modern. Wonder what it'd be like to start your high school career in a new school. Every school I went to was 20 years old 50 years ago. I prefer the smell of new drywall and new carpet and tile than I do mold and mildew like in the old schools. Well, it's good I'm heading back to the truck because it's raining a little steadier now. Well, this isn't going to be a long walk for sure. I think by the time I get to the truck, it'll just be a little over 5 kilometers. But that lake was very picturesque. Beaumaris Lake in Castledowns area of Edmonton. And I forgot to mention already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all those good things. Helps the channel out a bit. Looks like the people at the clothing donation place have ended their shopping spree of free clothing. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Is that like stealing, or is it just the opportunity is there and you don't have to walk around in your ratty underwear anymore? Okay, let's get to the truck and see what we did. Okay, that was 5.17 kilometers in an hour and 2 minutes, which is my normal pace. As a personal best, it says it was my fastest, which is surprising. Because I didn't think I was walking that heavily, but you know, it was all paved path too, so my pace probably stayed pretty good. And let's check the number of steps if anybody cares about that. Gotta take my sunnies off for that. And we did 7,500 steps, so a good day. Nice lake. Average walk, but that's okay until the next one. Oh yeah, and it's raining pretty good now, so this person ain't going to be happy when they get back to their vehicle and they're going to be sitting in a puddle. Ended my walk just in time. Mind you, getting wet. Who cares? It'll always dry off.